Philadelphia Eagles, and it comes your way next.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. From up top next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, we were already excited for this game. And then before the contest, you and I are down on the field outside the white lines.
Yes, we were following the rules.
We were following the rules, and a ball comes over our direction, but we can't see it. Somebody yells heads up, and instinctively you turn around and you snare it one-handed with your off left hand. So now we're really ready for football. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment, running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Off the play fake. Daniels. That's to the one-time Eagle, great Zach Ertz. 11 yards there, just like last play. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin from 4 yards out. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
But first down, Hurts flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful. And now they have to deal with second and very long. Play action. Here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun. Daniels under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Bourne coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And Barkley did not get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 76 yards. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A gutsy call, 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it. Because to me, it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air. And what a result. Big-time play.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And this is going to be a Commanders' first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. gun. Eckler running it. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
First down, Washington.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Offense is moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And the Commanders' first down.
Throwing on first down. Daniels. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Back to throw. Daniels. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Zach Boyd. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Looking to throw. Daniels. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. That was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Give that sack to Kobe Dean. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Patterson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Forced out to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
A A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Dancing to his left. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. There's a short one caught by Uzama. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. Back to throw here. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. From the 20, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Eagles have taken the lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates. I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Hurts will throw, rolling to his right. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they're throwing it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball that coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nakobe Dean. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Second down and a run by Robinson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Back to throw. Daniels. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nakobe Dean able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. They'll roll him out right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Down the sideline he goes. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Daniels to the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Eagles 13.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. Oh, wide open, complete. Evades him at the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are able to move back in front. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. He'll buy some time right. That is caught. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight end.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up second down.
Second and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Back to throw. Daniels. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Zach Boyd able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have retaken a third quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Commanders 24, Eagles 41.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try to get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They go play action with Hurts. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Out to his left. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? Being chased out left. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. 36 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Uzomah. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Hurts. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. Touchdown, Eagles! Harris Campbell, 28 yards. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one, because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Daniels. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time, because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 33. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Steps away. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half?
Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Rolling to his right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And this play still live. He faked the spike, go throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got an open man, it's Pringle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Daniels. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the save. Nakobe Dean. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Here's Tressway now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to pull one over his head as this game progresses.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Let's go now.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Byron Pringle, 28 yards. And the Commanders strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. They'll roll him out right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they get it rather easily there. A gain of 9 on 4th and 3.
Eagles first down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. His throw incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. Shoves him aside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Back to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
At the 16-yard line.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. To throw on third down, Daniels. That is intercepted. Picked off by Lee Blankenship. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. There's a short one caught by Uzama. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's across for the touchdown. It's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the... Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. This is 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Able to find Ertz at 5 yards. Not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Into the hands of Klingle, and a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just 1 final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to 1 final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
This ball intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brand, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to 1-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.